Well, we are okaying the fact that we are live, Mr. Boomer.
Oh, are we really? That's amazing. What, we're actually live as we speak? Like, can people out there hear us?
Well, they should be. Well,
I don't hear any background music.
well, that is because I muted the background music. But there we go. Welcome everyone to the Something for Nothing Sunday Night Poker Show. My name is Ardawen,
Is me.
We
and
know. Yeah.
you do you now? Wow.
Yes,
And
because because up on the screen it's got a thing that says now talking and it's got Ardawen. I can see it there. It's like a little label. It's is that technology or is someone snuck in it? We got a little squirrel working for us. Oh my god, it's even got our name spelled properly too.
oh
Wow. Anyway,
wow.
okay, that's really this technology has just taken me completely by surprise. Oh my god, I'm over the moon by it. Okay, well here we are, yet another card game. Any world wars started since we last spoke? We haven't had. We're both still here. And Flint, how are you on this wonderful and fine day, sir?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm basically still recovering from badly in COVID infection. Lots of coughing, I say, yeah. Um, t- yeah, now it's just basically writing on my bachelor thesis and also finding a new job because, yeah, you got fired. But
Well, look, I understand you've had COVID and you've become unemployed, which is quite tragic. But let's look at the real elephant in the room. I've been so awry with my Swiss weather and traffic reports because I haven't been getting any from you, and it's been really, I don't know. I've been left on a lurch, mate. It's been really, really hurting me. But okay, that's good to know that I've got my Swiss traffic and weather reports back. And so, what's happened? You become unemployed, man. So you heading out into the wild blue yonder. You're going to be camping in the Swiss countryside, or are you going to move on to different pastures? What's your plans?
yeah, well, currently my plans is yeah, well, writing a lot of applications.
You,
I have one promising at hand, which is that somebody who actually gave me measurement tools for my last semester, and I didn't think of it actually asking him for a job. Like, yeah, he needs some new people because he actually plants things. Like, yeah, and he was like, yeah, sounds interesting. Just send me your stuff. I was like, yeah, looks good. Sent me an actual what's it called? Actual application, and I did that, and now I'm waiting for a reply from him. So yeah, I'm a bit positive. So I was actually hoping that he would be getting back to me on Friday still, because I sent everything on Friday, and yeah, now it's possibly going to be Monday. So
well,
yeah,
okay. Well, I can tell you that serial killers are always hiring. If you want to get into the field of serial killing, it's probably something that would suit your personality. You seem to have that cold lack of empathy. So I would actually write a reference for you on that if you want a serial killer. But as you know, when life shuts a door, open it again. It's a door. That's how they work. So I don't know. And in a lot of cases, sometimes becoming unemployed can open up other areas in different training and so forth, and you can end up on a path that's, really good.
yeah, we will see. I mean, basically at my previous employer. I mean, I'm still employed because I have 2 months notice. Actually, no, it's 3 because I got sick. So lucky me. But yeah, I mean, we're on good terms. But my education, where I want to go, that's basically not the field my company was working in. So,
But
well,
look,
yeah,
yeah. Look,
it's
here's something. After Corona, look, we're 2 years now where things have been changed. Employers have now found out that working from home is viable. There are all different sorts of things. And look, for anyone who's got the entrepreneurial spirit right now, you could look into different things. And I think right now we're sort of all bets are off now with the situation, how we've had 2 years of our economies have all been sort of really upset and topsy turvy. And I don't know, if you've got initiative, a lot of business opportunities. You just got to really think about it and go in hard. Governments are giving a lot of support for things now. I don't know what it's like in your neck of the woods, but We got lots of training coming up here. So
Yeah, I mean, if somebody asks, I mean, already was at the unemployment office, and one of the questions is like, yeah, what do you do to improve your market value? It's like, yeah, I'm doing my bachelor in electrical engineering. Is that enough? I think so. My the guy who is responsible for me, like, yeah, there's not much more to do for you, except for actually finishing your bachelor.
Yeah.
No, about doing any business, I mean, I have ideas, but I don't think I can pull them off quite yet because I'm lacking the human nature of the whole job, which I actually want to do. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and I try my best. That's all I can do. Maybe sometimes I get something into it. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. And
okay, have we had any responses in your neck of the woods, Ardawen? I've sent out a few. Anyone got back to you yet?
Um,
Hmm.
some responses. No, I have no responses for more people who want to join.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you were off getting your groceries. That's why I couldn't tell whether you
Oh,
disappeared or not. Sorry, but
no, no,
yeah.
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no,
All
no.
right.
I'm still waiting. Waiting, but it should. My groceries could arrive within like 5 to 10 minutes. So.
Okay. I was checking eBay, right? And there were these things coming up that are like electric rechargeable battery mountain bikes. And they're like $120. In fact, it costs you more for a helmet for one of them. Has anyone seen this? Like there's a chopper looking one that looks like a sort of a Harley, and there's a mountain bike kind of motocross, but it's an electric powered with a rechargeable battery, and it's a bike as well, a push bike. Has anyone seen them? And like, wow, I almost want one, but I'm just scared it's too cheap. $120 for something like that. You almost expect it to fall apart and break the first time you use it. Anyone seen that sort of, yeah, whatever they
no,
are?
I haven't seen that. Though with $120, I mean, what I know from my brothers is like 1,000 at least for a good one,
Well,
or let's
is
say
it one of those? Is it a double bluff where the thing costs you $120, but postage and handling is like 300, or something weird like? I was thinking, do they? Sometimes I'll do this shit. You know, salesmen try anything on. Like, hey, right now, Americans, I believe, are complaining that the gas is getting up to around about $4.90, $5 a gallon, and they're really, really bitching about it. Here in Australia, we're paying $2 a litre. That's nine fucking dollars a gallon for petrol right now, and that's a knock on. That costs everybody. Like, fuck.
I
Yeah,
Like
mean,
$9 a gallon, we're paying double what they pay.
we are over €2 per we are over €2 per liter.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, and a lot of that is taxes, though. It's always been very heavily taxed. Um, but yeah, more than €2 a liter.
yeah, it's
What I find funny is the excuse they pull. Oh, there's a war in Ukraine, and that affects petrol prices in what way? It gives us an excuse to make up a bullshit excuse. That's all. It's 44 cents per $2 goes to the government here in Australia. So 1/4 of the actual cost of that fuel goes straight to the treasury, so they can, I don't know, rot the fucking system, I guess. Which is a bit of a shit ass, isn't it?
Yeah, and here's the thing. Like I actually saw a lot of YouTube, not YouTube, a lot of Twitter posts were saying like, oh, when you complain about the gas prices, just think about the fact that there's people over there that are now sitting in a train station with their pets, hiding away from whatever. And I'm like, yeah, sure, but you'll see at the end of this year, the gas and oil companies will make their prospected profits that they were planning on making before there was even a sense of a war. should we carry all the burden, or should maybe the rich gas and oil companies also carry some of the burden? Because that is what pisses me off about this. And no one and apparently all those people will say like, oh, you shouldn't complain too much because there's people in worse conditions. Don't see that. They'll see that the gas and oil companies make the same amount of profit they always make at the end of this year, and they'll just continue on and still scold you for the fact that you dare to complain about the gas prices.
But hang on though. See, the thing there, every industry, when it hits the end of its life, like I'm sure blacksmiths at one point were getting upset that this new automobile was coming in. And what happens is they then they have to cover costs, so prices go sharply up. Then everyone decides this blacksmith is just way too expensive. So they effectively price themselves out. That happens in all industries, and that's happening right now in fuel. That's why they hate the electric alternatives and other things like that. But they should invest in it, I would imagine. But who knows?
Yeah,
but as you know, we've got someone in. Who is that? Who's fellow Jitster who didn't write their name up?
Well,
who are you?
Didn't write my name up.
Well, we don't know who you are. We can't see who you are.
I can't see who I am.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, but that's because you're fucking probably blind rolling drunk, Jin. See, on our screen, you
Well,
can actually
right now.
see. We can see your name, so you can see when you're talking, and that's really cool. Okay.
You can see when I'm talking.
Yes, it goes up. It says now talking. It's got your name up on the live stream on YouTube. But if you're in here without your name up, how does that work, Ardawen?
it will say
Well, no.
fellow Jitster.
So, fellow Jitster, it's not a jizzer, is it? No, that's not a good thing to say. bad mispronunciation there. Oh my God, I am high. How are you, Jin? How's life? Have you invaded any countries lately?
Invaded a country. No,
Yeah. Oh, good. Well,
I haven't
good,
even
good.
invaded any dormitory rooms. So,
Right. Invaded any privacies? Anything like that? No?
oh, lots of privacies.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I see.
Oh, it's even just goes just black instead of fellow Jitster. It's just empty.
Like his heart or his soul. It's like his soul. It's black.
Yeah.
Okay. And cold. Okay. Well, that's all right. It fits you at least. Have you got a link for the table there, mate, or do you just not want to play? You're going to sit here and be a parrot on our shoulder in a pirate format.
No, I want to play.
Okay. Well, Ardawen, our wonderful producer, will forward you the link at his nearest convenience.
No, he
Glad you
can
can
he
imagine.
can go to the lobby and find the table in by himself. No, I'm kidding. Well, it does work that it does work that way too. I mean, it is an option, but I just don't trust that that Jin will figure that out.
Okay.
I can never remember what the hell the damn table's called.
Something for nothing. It's the very bottom one. They put us right down the bottom because they know us, I guess.
Sunday night
I
poker.
would do that. If I knew that, I would do it too. I would put us down the bottom as well. So
Yeah,
good on you. Good on you, poker people. You're a good judge of character. That's all I can say.
we clearly are bottoms anyway.
Yeah, that's where I like to be. Okay, we've got Jen. Okay, you're sitting there next to your Uncle Boomah. Watch out. I'd like women to sit on that table, actually. That's all right. You can have that spot for now.
I'm sitting in the chair, not on the table.
Wow.
I see.
When women sit on the table, they become dessert, right?
I don't know. We're trying to keep it clean, but that's impossible anyway. So why even bother? Why go up that path? And I take it you guys are all looking forward to the demise of winter, that horrible time of year when it just pisses down and snows and kind of lets you know what it's like living in the Northern Hemisphere. Oh, I feel sorry for you guys, but we're going into winter now, but we have the beautiful time of year where it's just nice and warm outside. You don't get burned. Your safety belts don't kill you in the car. Your steering wheel doesn't burn your fingers. All sorts of things like that. So what's been happening over there?
Oh well, the usual. We just recently had a fire in the city close by. We also had a fire in a forest just this day, and I think there was also a major car crash, which I
Now,
completely missed. But
now
anyway,
these fires, you were the one lighting them, were you or not? Because it seemed to have a lot of fires. You seem to know about them quite a lot. Did they report them in the paper, or do you just give us first-hand stuff?
Look. The problem is, I just was first there. Nothing in particular because that I actually laid the fire, and that's nothing to do with that. I actually had a canister of petroleum with me. It's like, oh, you didn't hear anything, right?
No. It's not like it's been recorded out for the world to hear on a YouTube channel or anything. So you're cool with us, mate. In fact, we'll just have a small brown paper bag with unsequential small denomination notes, and that should buy our silence, I would say. It's all right. You can trust us as long as you keep the
Okay.
payments up. Yeah.
Well.
So, all right. Beautiful. We've already got one extortion racket going. Well, this is working well. Excellent. Okay. So I believe you light fires in order to create a diversion for the emergency services so you can go and burg other houses in Switzerland. Is that right?
Wait, no.
You're not the Swiss burglar firebug. No?
No,
Okay.
no. I'm not
okay.
that. I'm
Right. You could be. That's what the Swiss...
completely could be, yes. I mean, that's
hang
not
on,
out of the question.
The Swiss firebug burglar would deny being him. So you're actually answering exactly how a Swiss firebug burglar would answer. I'm sorry, Flint. I think, you might have to go and hand yourself into the police before they come for you. It's easier. We'll get the reward, though. It's okay. We will spend it wisely. I'm sure.
You will spend it wisely on what?
Yes, of course I would. We will always think about you when we're drinking the beer. How's that?
Well, you can send me beer.
You can go into
and roasting a sausage over the fire.
Ow.
That could happen in jail, yes. I don't know what Swiss jails are like. We don't have any movies about them. In fact, we don't have any movies about anything Swiss. Why don't you make a Swiss movie of some kind? I don't know, about chocolate or fucking watches or something. You guys have made no movies.
I mean, we make movies that just don't make it to the headlines over you. I mean, we have actually local produced movies, but most of them are either in dialect, French, Italian, or something weird which you maybe not understand. And if they actually make it big, it mostly only goes to Germany, Italy, Austria, France, and maybe Liechtenstein.
Who doesn't know the famous Swiss movie Silence of the Banks?
Yep, that's actually a very famous one. Yeah.
Oh boy, yes, that's one of our most famous ones. Do I actually have to? But Swiss music. I assume at least one guy you should, or at least could be potentially knowing, that is Yellow. You know the song which goes he's really famous. What's his name?
Not Coldplay. Don't say Coldplay.
No, it's not Coldplay.
It's a bootable offense, Coldplay. If you say Coldplay, you can actually get thrown off Discord. It's almost as bad as Nickelback.
It's the band is called Yellow, as in.
Good.
Not almost spelled yellow, but yellow. And basically one of the songs has with a big bass, and it's the dum dum. Oh yeah, it's a really deep voice he has. It's quite famous here too, and
no, they used it on the Michael J. Fox movie.
Yeah, it could be that's Swiss music.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
That one.
Are you talking about Big Bopper? Are you talking about the really old deep voice guy, Big Bopper, or not? I've got no idea.
I'm actually gonna look it up for you. Wonders of the
We don't need to do that, but okay, if you want to look it up.
It's, I mean,
Just... My God, where are we going with this? This is dead air. Okay, Swiss movies, not a good topic. What other good Swiss movies never made it to Hollywood? Revenge of the Banks, The Bankers Strike Back, A New Hope, A New Bank. What else? Revenge of the Watch, the timepieces. Oh my God.
Clockwork Cheese.
It wasn't yellow. I confused them with internet service provider. It's yellow, not almost yellow, and it's made of Dieter Meier and Boris Blanc. And Dieter Meier is the singer, and so they got quite few. Let me see. Oh well, too much to read through and too little time. Anyway, Shin knows it, so I'm happy.
Another Swiss movie was of course Heinrich and the Chocolate Factory.
Am I sorry not knowing any famous movies? I mean, actual famous movies.
The Toblerone of the Shrew.
That's why I actually brought it up, because there are none. That's why I thought it'd be a good one to tease you with. The Silence of the Banks, I think, was it. You pretty much trumped us, Ardawen. There was nothing after that. We couldn't do any better. You killed us. You hit us with the good material too early. Now all we've got's lame. Oh dear. Of course, there was another great Swiss movie, Das Bank. That was a very famous one about some bankers that were trapped in a bank vault overnight. Oh, The Breakfast Club.
Okay. This one is actually part joke, part actually serious. It's Grounding: The Last Days of Swiss Air. Let's see. Do we have anything else which is another one which you might like to see is Vitus. It's
If you say it 3 times, you get a demon.
no, it's basically about a boy with autism, and it's really nicely made. Basically, how he makes a fortune, and basically the fools everybody around his life, and learns how to fly a plane and everything. Like, oh, it's a really nice movie. The other ones I don't even know. it's just a random list, like 2 movies I know. I was like,
you know, what you need to do is look for like cool runnings. You know, West Indians that took on the Winter Olympics, very out of character for the West Indies, and they did the bobsled or whatever it was. It was all cool. You guys need to do something like perhaps a Swiss, I don't know, sand racing team, camel racing team, and the boys. Something like that, something you wouldn't expect to come out of Switzerland. And camel racing, I mean, that would be pretty interesting. More your sandy, beachy sports.
Beach volleyball in the snow.
Oh, Swiss surfing team. Now there's one. Oh, that's going to be interesting, isn't it?
Oh, there's another one which is the Verdingboep. That's that Verdingboep, the foster boy, which I know actually. Do we have anything else which I know? I think More Than Honey is also, I think, partially Swiss production. Not entirely sure. And if you're more into comedy, there's a couple of movies. One is Achtung Fertig Veka and Achtung Fertig Charlie. They're both based around the military service in the Swiss Army. At that points, it's accurate. At other points, it's actually just hilarious and false. Though it's fun.
Do the Swiss Army guys have their own knives, or do you guys provide that for them? Because I thought everyone would have a Swiss Army knife in Switzerland.
I don't think so. At times, the Swiss Army actually provides its own comedy. Though,
True.
which government-paid organization doesn't do that on its own? At times. Let's see.
Oh, interesting point of K. I'm looking for interesting stuff here, guys. Did you know I was watching Simon Whistler, the guy who does Casual Criminalists, and today I found out he's actually a pretty good dude. And there's actually a state called hybristophilia, which is falling in love with people who are on death row. So these dudes, serial killers, get locked up and appeal their cases, and these women get an attachment to them as a pen pal and start writing letters to them. And like they'll put up with these people who are they're basically trying to stave off getting killed. They've been convicted of killing more than one person, and yet someone actually decides, oh, I'll set up a pen pal love affair with a fucking crazy criminal. I mean, that's a pretty weird condition. The fact it's got a name in psychology, hybristophilia. It's even a cool thing to say. Hybristophilians. Wow, what a fucking thing. Could you imagine, like, befriending a serial killer? Yeah, good day,
No.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, yep. What did you say there, Jen?
No, I couldn't see befriending a serial killer.
So you write your first letter. G'day, Jeffrey, Mr. Dahmer, or can I call you Jeff? Have you taken a dump yet, or what? I don't know. Like, what have you had to eat? How's the prison food? Oh no, you just don't want. There are some questions you can't ask someone who's like that.
Have you met?
What are you wearing? What are you wearing? Hannibal Lecter. Oh, someone's skin. Oh, not Hannibal Lecter. Who is the dude in that? Yeah, the weird character, the skin wearer.
Ed Gein.
Oh, okay. So people actually befriend these people, and then, I don't know. It to me seems like, well, there are so many other things you can do that are worthwhile.
My apologies, people. I am back.
Well, hello back. I'm Flint.
Someone is a funny guy.
Yeah. I mean, I can't pass an opportunity when somebody comes back and says, "Hi, I'm back." Like, oh yeah, well, you served yourself. I'm sorry.
No, but it's way too cold to surf right now.
Oh, fine.
Wait, isn't snowboarding just surfing down a mountain?
Yeah, but we don't have any mountains in the Netherlands.
Way more broken legs.
You have rivers and hills. That's all you got.
It's Netherlands. It's low land. It's nothing.
Nederlande, as in no stuff. As neither as in as low laying land. Like, yeah, that's the Netherlands. I'm basically scared when I go under the ground that I'm basically getting flooded by the sea. That's how low it is. And if I go on the highest mountain in the Netherlands, I'm still lower than my bedroom. Just to give some perspective on that. And my bedroom is about 450, 500 meters above sea level. So, yeah.
Did you know you get drunker at that altitude? We used to live in a house that was 150 meters up on a mountain. It was a really cool sky house, actually. And everyone who came up, we didn't notice it until a few weeks in, that whenever people started drinking white wine, God, they ended up blotto, really slurringly wobbly. And we worked out the altitude. Oh, thanks for that, mate. Mute Lexia is a thing. God, I hate coughing in my ear. Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, I just forgot what I was saying, mate. Oh, mute Lexia. One day we'll
Damn you, Flint.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
we're telling about people getting drunker at 150 meters above sea level, which is still lower than my bedroom.
Yeah. And it's also airlines as well. What was his name? Liam Gallagher? Was that the Oasis brother that was made a prick of himself on airlines all the time? He used to get shit-faced at altitude. So it's a thing. You want to get a cheap drunk, get an air flight. But then I suppose paying for the flight's probably going to not offset the cost, is it? So anyway, forget that. So you get extra drunk up there, Flint. So you should be a budget drunk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also getting less drunk when I'm lower down, so because I need to drink.
No, I thought it went the other
That's
way
why
because the
you.
Ethiopian runners are up on a plateau and they live at really low atmosphere. When they come down to sea level, they were supercharged. That's why they were so good at running in the Olympics. Their lungs were conditioned to less air, so they were just whoa, yeah, we can fucking run. Plus, I suppose you got to survive Africa. You got to outrun tigers, I guess. So lions,
But
rather. So that's always
that's why you like coming
Nah,
here so
cheetahs.
much.
what's that?
That's why you
You got
like
to
coming
outrun
here.
cheetahs. They're faster.
Yeah. But that's like why Flint likes coming here so much.
Yeah, then I can show off how much better I am, and then just going back and be miserable again on my mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, misty eye in the mountain. Wait, anyway.
We have a mute button too.
Yes, you
Just
have.
because
I
you
knew
don't know how to
it.
use a mute button, just
Um,
because you don't know how to use a mute button, doesn't mean we don't know how to use a mute button. Just remember that with
I mean,
the singing.
basically the cough is just my problem with it. At times I can't feel it coming, and if it comes, I actually mute myself now. Though it happens that it slips out, and I'm sorry for that. Though I actually have another movie which I recommend to watch if you can. Though I haven't seen it myself. It's Bruno Manzer. It's basically a documentation about the guy Bruno Manzer, which goes into the rainforest and basically just disappeared now. Never been found.
Yeah, rainforest will do that.
Yeah, well, he
With a
was
million
going.
creatures there.
He was going against the deforestation there. So
Bear Grylls makes a whole TV show showing you how fucked up you are. Most of us people would die if you ended up in an area outside your comfort zone. He gets parachuted into those rainforests, and like apparently you can't sleep on the ground in the South American jungles. There's so many creepy crawlies that are going to come up and attack you. These centipedes and all sorts of crap. So yeah, I can see why a rainforest isn't a survival thing. But there is a good part about being stuck in the rainforest is getting to eat your people you get marooned with. So there's always that.
oh well.
So, Ardawen, have you noticed there's been a dramatic increase in dinosaurs, brontosaurus type dinosaurs, that have been floating down the Thames lately? In fact, I've seen it happen twice in the last month. Have you noticed that yourself?
Yes, I have. Um, it's a problem.
That was a segue to our wonderful movie section we did of the commentary of the 1925 Lost World movie, where a dinosaur floated off into the Thames. And of course, last week, what was last week's movie? I've forgotten it. I've destroyed that brain cell.
The giant behemoth.
Of course. Yet again, another brontosaurus that went and kicked the shit out of fucking London. Now, what is it with Londoners? What have you done to dinosaurs to make them want to turn up there and fuck the place? Obviously, there's some sort of past feud. I mean, you need to sort this shit out.
Well, it might have something to do with the fact that they were completely disinterested about the dinosaur destruction.
You know what's cool with that last one? The subtitles worked really well. When people were screaming, it was saying applause in the subtitles. And I thought, in England, because they're all whingers, it would sound like the same. Mr. Little Google wouldn't know. He'd be thinking, is that applause or screaming? No, we'll call it applause because they're English. They wouldn't scream.
I mean,
Yes.
we're talking about a country where glass is a verb, so.
Well, what?
It's a country where gloss is a verb.
Oh, okay. Have we lost our background music?
No,
Oh, I
it's
can't
just
hear
a
it
bit
at all.
silent.
Oh, well, that's called lost background music. It's a bit silent or quiet.
Oh, sorry. I mean, I'll be needing more bed again soon. My sleep schedule hasn't been nice to me either.
I know the feeling.
Mr. Chin, what do you have? I want to see.
Because like I was telling Boomer well, when we had our pre-talk
Nice one.
before the show, I actually slept for like 12 hours last night.
I mean, that's better than I do. I usually wake up around, I don't know when, just in the middle of the night, look at the watch like, why am I awake? Just let me sleep. And try to get back to sleep again. It's so horrible. Though I think I blame half of it now because of the time switch. Now we're back into CST, Central European Summertime.
Damn, you got me. Hey,
Oh.
Fleet, you just got bluffed out. I only all in because I had no money. I was down to 21s and you fucking folded. You haven't been watching, you haven't been paying attention to me, have you? I always do that at the end so I can touch the cake.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
gets more money on the table.
yeah. I know that, but I had crap on my hand, so no.
Yeah, I also had a little bit two cards that were a little bit too bad to.
I was stealing last round, so I had crap in my hand, so that's the reason.
But on two cards, you don't know if you've got crap when you haven't even seen a flop. Like what could be the
Yeah.
worst pair could turn into a fucking potential full house
Yeah,
before the flop.
But I don't go into it when I see I already have met cards, and then you go for all in like no.
You
Like,
tend to remember the ones where you pulled out and thought, "Oh fuck, I would have won that. I had a full house," because you jumped out early. I've noticed on the other card tables when you come and play this just with strangers, they just go all or nothing, and you see them come in. Right, you can tell those types.
I mean, I seen that somebody else joined. It's like, yeah, they most likely don't have crap on their hand. Like, nope. And with Jin, if he goes in, then he has something. So I already know that. With you, I know when you go in, you just want to touch the cake. I would have joined if Jin didn't join. So
Yeah, and
But if I'm told, if
I actually, and I like to pretend that I know what I'm doing, and I would have folded on these cards anyway.
well, I mean, I see where this is going. It's just like, yeah, you just want to know how I play. Let me assure you, I can play erratical. I think. Oh, anyway. But Chin seems to be AFK just.
yes, we are missing a gin.
He's back.
No, you're not.
Chin is back, Chin is
okay.
back. Yay!
The only thing that we are missing is tonic.
Actually thinking about getting myself a gin tonic now. Damn it,
You know, it's interesting because both of them are quite disgusting by themselves, and yet when mixed together, they make a sort of a little bundle of yummy. I can't quite work that out. Where two totally disgustings work on the opposite.
I mean, to put it in words, what my friend of mine once told me: if you start making booze out of roots, then get lost.
What does that even mean?
I mean, gin is basically booze made out of roots. So
I thought it was out of juniper berries.
yeah, I mean, so some gin are made out of that. It's like
I thought gin was just what you called anything that was distilled. It kind of was the old traditional. Yeah, you either what's the word, ferment it or still it. And I thought it was always just called gin. It could be anything as long as it was a distilling process. I guess I don't know because vodka is it? I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. Maybe I got that. A bloke at a pub told me, so it must be true.
according to Wikipedia, gin is a distilled alcohol drink that derives its predominant flavor from juniper berries.
Wow. I've never seen a juniper berry. So Jin, whose name is Jin, actually knew of it. So you're a triple gin, which sounds like a beginning of a
But I
bad night.
I don't even drink gin.
What?
I don't even drink gin. I'm a whiskey guy.
Oh, that's
So why the
nice.
name? Why not Whiskey Zoo then?
Because it's
Give
not
it your
gin,
own
it's not gin, not gin with a G.
So that's very 21st century. You always misspell things. God, a grammar Nazi like me cannot exist. I am in a constant state of triggered because of just how bad a grammar Nazi I am. Everything's badly grammarized. It's all texted and changed down, and you don't write in cursive anymore. It's so sad.
So who has
Oh
the
my
last?
God. Who's got the 4 2s, I wonder? Gee. Who's
Oh boy.
tricky one, isn't it?
Hmm.
Of course, though, they may
Yeah,
not have 4 2s. They may just have a full house, but there's always the call, isn't there?
Damn it!
Come
Oh,
on.
Boomy's back all in.
Damn. Yeah, okay.
Full house.
I'll go
full
now.
house, but
I'm going to another table where they'll let me win. You guys are cruel.
Oh, hi, NA, by the way.
Oh,
three of a boomer. You poor soul.
see, now I was bluffing there with a lot. I went all in with a lot of money, not just a little bit of money. That was just to fuck you up, Clint, because I know you're trying to watch people's play style. And of course, that's what we have to do is upset your fucking apple cart. As we know, Kim Kardashian playing poker with mirrored sunglasses on. So, I mean, is that going to be the ditchiest thing of the year? I'll wear my mirrored shades to be cool. Why am I losing these card games? It's like they know what I've got. No damn. Oh, well, lucky I've got big tits because they'll get me through my life. Hopefully, and rich parents.
Damn it.
And at the time, a crazy husband.
When don't rich people have crazy husbands? Being rich is crazy goes with it. You get to be crazy if you're rich. If you're not rich, you don't get away with it. You have to behave.
It is true that you say that a lot of us rich people, rich girls have crazy rich husbands. But I think that Kanye is like, if we're talking crazy,
You gotta admit though, it is a skill in itself to be so mediocre and yet still have so much clout. Because normally being mediocre, you kind of cop and just go, I'm not very good. I'm no. There are a million singers that are better than him, a million whatevers. And yet he persists. He thinks he's much better.
he thinks he's
God,
God.
doesn't he? But it's the way it is, I suppose.
And then he stalks his ex-wife by dressing up like a bush.
There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, there's someone feedback. Can you hear that? Is someone feeding back? Got their YouTube open or not?
I don't hear anything.
Okay.
Oh, now I do.
Yep, the echo. Who has got the echo happening there? Someone's got a background on. If you can't hear the echo, it's you.
I mean, I hear the echo.
Okay, Jim,
I don't hear
got
echo,
me
but my YouTube's muted.
Oh. Well, I don't know. Might be. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know. It's gone.
Flushy.
Okay. Well, there you go. We had a mysterious echo appear. Maybe it's a ghost. Is it possible to have electronic ghosts? Yeah,
Yes.
dead programs. I see
Well-
dead programs kind of thing.
It's the ghost of Jitsy's past.
Right. I was more thinking of Bruce Willis type, computer programs talk to each other.
Yeah.
And haunt each other. They turn up as bugs in other programs.
Just use
There,
a TSR. Terminate and
it's-
stay resident.
Could be.
it's dead viruses.
Okay.
All right, I'm interested, Boomer.
He has nothing, most likely.
Yep, I've got nothing. Why would you bet?
Oh wait, he has higher cards than you.
Had nothing. We both won on a fucking 8. Oh my god. That was brilliant bluffing, kid. I compliment you and me on how good that bluff was. We both deserved the win. Thank you. That's cool. See, Flint, that's how you do it. That's how you bluff. You have the same card as the other person.
Okay, so you mean something like this, bluffing?
What the hell do you have?
But is it bluffing if you've got a good hand? Because then it's not bluffing.
Is it?
So I don't know. Yeah, it's always a tricky one, isn't it? Echoes come back a bit. Oh well. Yeah, I've definitely got my headphones on.
I've been
Plus, it
thinking
gets more money
way
on the
too
table.
hard on that.
Do we have the background music playing, Ardawen? Because I can't hear it at all. I actually hear quiet morbidity in between speaking.
Oh, yeah, it could be that you weren't hearing it.
It could be. No, it was because I can hear it now. So you just turned it on.
No,
right? Yeah,
I just turned on the sound for you guys, but it was playing all this time.
Okay. So could you hear it now means you will hear it now because it's been turned off up until now. Okay. Right. What is it? Soft acoustic background music? I can't hear it very much.
This is going to be interesting, Ardwin.
Yeah.
What the hell is those cards?
Wow, you must be feeling bad you're not in this, Flint. I think you. I'm a bit scared
I
because
mean, I only would have had the flush. And I wouldn't even have won.
I was
better club than I.
I was pretty confident with my queen. I knew you had a flush too, but I was like, yeah.
See, Boomer.
What?
Right. I only had the flush, and it wouldn't even have the would have won.
Yeah, but it's a case of being in there. When you're in it, you get the adrenaline rush of, oh no, I've really fucked up. I went all in and they're both going heavy. Oh fuck, they've got something. Oh shit. What will the children at the orphanage be eating tonight with their blood?
Well,
they're sharing a single grain of
a lot from your money. That I can tell. Come on,
You might want to
play some cards.
You might want to not leave that joke in the middle of the floor. Someone might slip over it. You best clean that up.
Like, I have to be honest, my orphans won't eat whether I win or not.
Well, the Maserati doesn't fill itself up, does it?
Yeah, well, with the current prices on petrol, you can get a lot.
I actually waiting for someone to accept my deal. I have a tank of 30 liters of gasoline, and I'm willing to trade it for a house with 2 bedrooms.
Oh, blimey! I'm actually thinking about getting 1 or 2 tanks and just fill them up for whatever. Just that I have them, and then see what's going on.
You're going to go and buy petrol when it's at an all-time high. Your investor information source is a bit questionable, dude. I think you'd better get a new advisor. You're supposed to buy when it's cheap. Oops.
Yeah, well, I mean, currently the prices are stable-ish, but that can change.
At high.
Yeah, so I'm just I don't like to speculate, and basically I started my retirement thingy magic last year, and I mean, currently it's just going down, and not I did not gain anything from it as of now.
I'm going to hazard a guess that your investment portfolio, if you're doing fuel speculation, probably doesn't have a lot of money in it right now. Would that be right, Flip?
No, I'm not doing any speculation. I'm letting that be handled by actual professionals, not me.
That's a good idea. Yep.
I mean, they have a collection of what's it called? Houses, stuff, and actually shares. It's just a big combination. And currently, it's just going down and down. And now the music is quite loud.
Yes, it is jumping around the place a bit, isn't it? Have we got a ghost in our audio, Ardawen, or?
Yeah, I think it's an issue. Somehow it just turns itself up and up and up and up until.
No. I turned it down because when you said that it was quite loud.
Yeah, now you're loud and it's loud again. It's really weird, I tell you.
So is this better?
You're a bit louder.
Yeah, you're good louder, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. What else?
Right, so where were we? Oh, that's right. Okay, so fuel speculation, yeah. Let's move along to something a little more sparkly.
Speaking about speculation, or better said, haggling, my dad's like, yeah, you need to go and sell stuff. It's like, yeah, you know how that worked with buying and selling with me, right? You remember Egypt? You were haggling down, and at one point I got enough, and I was like, yeah, 35 is enough. And the seller was just about happy, and my dad was frustrated at me because he actually wanted to go lower than that. Like, yeah, I'm not good at that. And I'm actually proud of that. Yeah.
I don't like to haggle either.
No, I mean, I despise it. Some people shall tell me the price. It's like, okay, fine, that's fair. You tell the price, I give you money, and that's good. I rather would like to haggle about what they do, etc. So, hey, we got the same cards out of it.
Yeah. No, I tried it once because at some point they became clever and they took the stores took measures against it. But what you used to be able to do was say like, oh, you're selling that I don't know, coffee machine for 60 euros, right? Well, in the store next door, they sell that coffee machine for 55 euros.
Well,
And
But
then
why
Go
wouldn't you
ahead.
just go and buy it for 55? That's
Yeah.
what I guess they would say.
no. And the trick would be then that the store would say like, well, we can do 53, something like that.
What the hell did you just do? Oh,
But no, I just didn't know where to start and how to do that. Because there are people who are like glorious at it, but I was like, I couldn't.
Depends on the place. Like if you're talking a flea market, Rubble and Riches type place where it's all just garage sale on steroids, the haggling works there because that lawnmower is secondhand. But in the case of going to shops, I walked to what is the specialist game shop, EA Games, and they had a PlayStation 3 deal with 20 games and all this bullshit for blah, 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 $300. And Dick Smith, who was a big electronics store, had them for $450. And I said to the guys, they got them for $300 downstairs. What's your best price? $450. You realise no one's going to buy them. Yep, they just did not care. They have gone the way of the dinosaur. But either way, salesmen just don't haggle now, unless it's like that sort of A garage sale.
Here it worked for a while, and what they do now with most products is actually like it's not exactly the same product. It's a slightly different, ever so slightly different product. Instead of the 53R is the 53S or something like that, the model number. And they say that it's not the same model, so yeah, of course it's more expensive because it's a more durable model. Now you can check that. There is no way to check that, but that's how they do. That's how they kind of got around to it.
What happens here in the motor trade, and I know this for an actual fact, is if you start ringing different car places or different motorbike shops asking for a new price, and they give you a price on the phone, the distributor will let the dealers know that's not the go. It's written in your franchise agreement. People have got to come in for a negotiation, because you get people who sit on the phone all day just getting the best price, and no one makes any money. It just plays everyone off against each other, and it cripples the industry. So you're actually instructed in your franchise. Like McDonald's, you can't do any variations on the menu. That's your deal to be a McDonald's. You can't, I don't know, do your own fries or get rid of the pickle if you want to. You are strictly adhere to their product or else. So, yeah. Haggling, you always haggle for a new car, though. If you're going to buy a car, try to sell your car and go in with cash, because then you can haggle. But if you've got a trade-in, it's full retail. You don't have the haggle ability. And when it's something like 10, 20 grand for a car, that's worth bargaining. That is worth, you can save good money. The art of sales.
See, again, I wouldn't know. I am someone who they could take for a sucker.
I mean, you could haggle for a new mobility scooter.
I don't have to.
Yeah, I mean, you could, but again, you don't have to. So, well, yes, they could take you for a ride.
My municipality just provides me with a mobility scooter, and I pay a legal amount of money to.
Piss off!
To the government.
I thought I had you. Bastard. I thought I had you there, Flint.
Aww, I knew you had less than me.
No, you didn't. You never do. You don't know. Otherwise, you would.
I mean, I at least 50% of the time when you go all in, you either want to get rid of the chips or you actually have something on hand. Though
are there any other options? Because you just covered both of the options, so therefore, it's kind of like saying when you toss the coin, it's going to be a head or a tail.
So then comes in the judging of my hand. Like a straight is pretty high, and for you to have another that kind of high straight, you need a couple of factors. And the probability is that you have it is low, but still there. I wouldn't be ashamed if I lost, but that's how I have it in my head.
When you say low probability, yeah, but it's the low probability hands the ones that can win you a lot of money. People don't expect it.
I mean, it's low probability, yes, but it can happen. That I know. It's not impossible. It's just improbable. That's the big difference.
You know the old game show of doors number 1, 2, or 3, and you select the door, and then they give you the option of, okay, you can choose to keep the door you want, or you can swap it once they eliminate. Apparently, the odds are to always change doors. Unless you pick it on the first time, you oops, I don't know. Oh, I just accidentally bet a lot of money there. Unless you pick it the first time round, it's now a 50-50 chance. Your initial chance is a 33% chance. So when you are asked to offer, they suggest always changing doors. You've got a slight statistic chance of it being you've chosen the incorrect door.
Okay.
Ooh, we got some cards and you got some money in the middle. That's looking good. You coming after me, are you, Gin?
Sure, why not?
I forgot to tell you guys. By the way, I at my work I actually sat at a job interview for the first time. I was like, I got the opportunity, and I was like, sounds like a fun thing to do from time to time when it arises. And we had two interns applying, and I jumped to the chance to help do the interview with the potential new interns. So yeah, good sort of thing going on at work for me.
So can you enslave them into a sweatshop and get them to make sneakers for Nike? Like, can you do a double whammy on this?
Well-
Get a double dip happening.
Well, here's the problem. They are actually because this is a special type of school where they basically offer the lowest level of education you can get after high school, and they have a lot of people with a refugee status there, because they can't do a higher education because they don't speak the language very well yet, so they have to start somewhere. So they grab the opportunity they can get with both hands and just do that education. And actually, both our applicants were people who even still live in the refugee center. So one is actually from Uganda, and another was from and he was very adamant at saying that he was for Chechnya,
Okay.
which he was very adamant at saying Chechnya and not Russia. So I think that we might have some people. So we might have at least one applicant who kind of ran from things like that. So
I
mean-
don't. Sorry, dude. I'm vague. What's the connection here? I've got no grasp of. He's from Uganda. What's
Yeah.
the connection to Chechnya? Is Russian insurgents, isn't it?
no, that's
Is that
that's the second one. We had one from Uganda, and one we had from,
Oh.
and the other one was for Chechnya.
Oh, there were two people, right? Okay, sorry. You
Yes,
didn't-
yeah, and he
right.
was and again he was very adamant at making sure that we knew that it was Chechnya, and not Russia. And we actually try to we are actually trying to coax our other campers and in the city in one city over to take one of them, because we liked them both and we wanted them both to give them both a chance to have the internship. So we trying to coax our campus in the other city to take one of them.
Have they got language issues? Because I doubt they're going to know Dutch. Are they kind
Oh,
of?
they're
got-
in the Netherlands for 2 years now. I have to say, their Dutch was pretty okay. They're both 18 too, so it's a bit easier to learn a new language still. And they're doing pretty good in the Netherlands. But that's one of the things where we thinking like, oh, we might be able to help them there for the more practical application of the language.
Yeah, it's basically when you actually want to learn a language, you need to apply it. That's how I learned English, and I think most of my experience on how I write, how I actually can communicate with people, comes from actually talking to people and they giving me feedback. I still actually love my friend from Finland who actually is like, "Hey, that's wrong," and basically, you know how Finns are. She's like that, and
Well,
she
yeah.
doesn't give a shit about anything. Like, yeah, I'm doing that. Like,
No, but
fine.
another thing is, listen, Dutch is a is a pretty hard language, actually. It can be a pretty annoying language, at least. And at school you learn, and also at language school you learn all these form factual letters, and these very letters you normally wouldn't write in a company. You know, and well, one thing we were like, you know, it would be like a very good idea to be like, hey, let's write this customer let's write this customer an email on how do we actually write emails to people, you know?
You see what I did to you then, Jin?
Yes, you pushed.
Just to leave you
And
with
you
one.
bastard.
Leave you with one chip. I was trying to do. It's so hard to get 17 chips. I did that bet just to rib you. Sorry, guys. It was just a bit of an internal conflict there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I assumed that we were just following, like, yeah, you're gonna play your game.
Yeah, it's the way it goes, isn't it? Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, Ardawen, I killed your fucking story there.
Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. I'm glad you're having fun, man.
Oh, speaking of having fun, we Bunker 33 launched our JM Truth. Apparently, we decided this year that we hate JM Truth for the upper left on April Fool's Day, even though I had never voted in the election. It seemed to be one of those, I don't know, I think it might have been rigged like last year's US elections, or whenever they were. So our JM Truth video came up, and you know, this JM Roulette is actually amazing. Any of his videos is you just pick a time and he says something stupid within 10 seconds. We have this game where you pick a timestamp and it goes up, and every time he said something dumb. But I don't know, guys. I think Mitchell from Australia, he is, I mean, we can really fucking battle with at a world level when it comes to producing idiots. And I reckon Mitchell's going to take it. Although I'm kind of behind JM for the team, Mitchell from Australia is so special in the way of stupid. Has anyone seen his work? It's actually, whoa. Yeah, I'm proud of him.
Okay, so he has a talent for being, let's say that, yeah, well, stupid.
No, Dunning-Kruger, top left. He thinks he's an expert on everything.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that there's actually an expression for that.
So, Jin, who would your top left be nomination if you had one and we're going to make a film?
Good question.
Jin's gone. Really? Of all the idiots you've seen, and you're pretty well studied on these, mate. You're in every fucking stream. So, what? No one stands out as a particular heavy brand of idiot this year?
Well, like I said, it's a good question because they're all such idiots.
Well, there's Wits, yeah. So,
You know, you can take your pick between Riley, Witsit,
yep.
JM Truth.
Well, apparently the voting is going to be by the views on their nomination clips. And right now, if you go to Matune, it's very interesting. But if you go to Fight the Flat Earth, Riley's got about 5,000 looks. So what do they call it? Standard stupid seems to be more popular than new stupid. I prefer fresh stupid myself, but I don't know, what do you guys prefer? The old fucking classics or the newer weird ones?
I like a good mix of everything.
Well, you know,
What a great...
Well, loud.
Careful, you're sitting on the fence there, you're going to get splinters. Okay.
Not if it's chain link.
Well, okay, that would be very talented.
You might get poked in the butt.
Do go on. Is it a story you want to share, or you still a bit?
No.
well,
You don't want to get caught.
Well, you know, I've been thinking about on who I would put my money, but I don't know. But it doesn't really matter anyway because it's only 5 cents. So I really wouldn't know on who I would put my money for top left.
Well, I actually went to a gig to watch 50 Cent, But it only cost me 45 because support was Nickelback. Oh my God, crickets. Yeah, I think your trumpet simulator's a bit crook there, Jin. You might need to get someone to look into that.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, and yours is even worse. Okay.
I actually could probably get my trombone out and try that.
No, no. Please don't do that. Don't do that. If you
Aww.
do, I will send a copy. I will find out where you live and send a copy of a recorder and the book for Frozen to your neighbours with small children. That's how vicious I would be about it.
I
That's
mean,
pretty. I know it's harsh, but fair.
lucky me, there's actually no children around me.
I run the orphanage.
Strapped
I
into
run
a
the
sleep
orphanage.
concert.
I run the orphanage. Do you think I can? That's a problem for me. I can just send some children over there. I've got plenty. The coal mines are getting quiet now, so they are a bit bored. I do need to spend some time out and about. Switzerland's nice this time of year.
A marching band of children with only those plastic flutes, all
Yep,
trying
recorders.
to play,
Yes,
all trying to play Frozen.
yes, outside Flint's house. That's exactly my plan. In fact, let's just do it. I think that sounds like such fun. We could film it and put it up on YouTube. It's like a mafia thing. I'm getting some ideas here. I better be quiet.
Well, you can surely try. Oh, sorry.
Do you have any pneumatic nail guns, Flint?
No, I don't.
Okay, we can send the kids.
Okay. But I do have actually some things which shoot lead out of it quite fast, and the ammunition for it.
That sounds a bit American.
Well, no, it's Swiss. Sorry.
What's your children's name? Does it have a name? Do you name your gun like Americans do?
No, I don't name those guns. I once had a personal gun. I never gave it a name. Other people did. And it's like, no, we don't need to. It has a serial number, and that's how we refer to it. So that was me in the military.
That's the most Swiss thing. That's the most Swiss thing I've ever heard today. It didn't have a name. It had a serial number. You gave it no personality. God, guns are people too.
I mean,
It had a name. The manufacturer was stamped on it, wasn't it?
You talk to Quiddy's. One of his children's called AK-47, and this AK-47 can punch out 600 democracies a minute. That's in full freedom mode, and in semi-freedom mode, it can distribute democracy as quickly as you like. I mean, yeah, Quiddy, he loves his guns.
That makes sense.
Thank you, freaking Ethel. Ethel's here. Oh, good. Get back down on the table.
I am.
The soundboard emerges.
Oh, hey, Craven, and hey, the one sin.
Hi,
Which
guys.
sin?
Yeah. Oh, so where were we? Top lefting those idiots in top left, or had we progressed?
Well, I think I might have telegraphed my top left.
Well, you could have gone a bit more into the future and faxed it. That would have been a bit faster. So telegraphed it. So it's gone to someone who's typed it out in Morse code, and they're going to make a bit of paper, and the postman's going to deliver it. Is that right?
Yes.
That's very old technology you're using there. Have you thought of maybe coming forward 100 or so years?
We'll send. Don't worry. We've sent enough, fast enough. We'll just send a well-trained private.
I thought he was sending that message over smoke signals.
No, zero chance.
They can't find any dry wood. It's the Netherlands. Remember that. Ooh.
What is that?
I actually remember that at some point I was playing I was one of the admins on a Minecraft server, and we actually had. And for people who know Minecraft, there is also a Nether, and that is a Hell world, and we actually we actually named the Hell world the Netherlands, and they and they crowned me as its leader.
Oh, so nice.
So did you have many loyal subjects in your kingdom, or did they all pack up and head off quickly? Like, were you a fair but firm king, or a bit of a ditzy one? What was your style?
Well, I was a benevolently. Look, there's a lot of misconceptions about this. Like, right? Do you really think that the guy who is against God will punish you for also being against God?
Of course, yes, that's exactly what I expect. It's mandatory. It's an expectation, in fact.
No, there are nightclubs there. There's hell is the place where the alcohol is. There's rock and roll. There's drugs. There's beautiful women. Hell is like a dream parade for us people. It would be hell on earth for your regular day Christian. You know, you're brave, goody good shoes. I don't drink alcohol because God, Christian. But for us, it's a hell of a place, man.
Oh yeah, it is.
Did you ever think it might just be teetotalers? We might go to the same place as all the Kent Hovens. And while they're sipping Earl Grey, we go and God, I need some weed. That would be true hell, wouldn't it? Hmm.
Yeah.
No, they got to be
No.
stuck with hope and
If they,
heroin.
if they, that is actually the
No,
real
but-
punishment. If you actually did something that is actually bad, you'll be sent to heaven and you have to sit with Kent Hovind for the rest of eternity.
Oh hell no.
I can't help but notice how you steered away from your kingdom. I dare say it sounds like you were possibly overthrown French Revolution style and decapitated at the hands of an angry mass. And in fact, I would like to see that. So I've got a feeling your kingdom didn't work as well as you'd like. You steered away from that too quick, man. Come on, own up. You were overthrown.
Oh, I could have won that with a pair.
What?
A pair of twos. I could have won that. I folded.
I got a little bit Ben. I got a little bit Ben happy, and then they burned me. Yeah.
Right.
Snake?
So you bullied him. You got an overthrown in a Minecraft server. Oh, cool. I like it. I love that. Put it on your resume. That'd make a boss laugh. I'm a little bit bossy. I got thrown out of a Minecraft server. For being a
Minecraft?
boss.
Depose your ruler in Minecraft.
I love it. I would employ someone to put that on their resume. I think this dude's got to work for me. It'll be good value when we're out having a cigarette or having a joint on Friday night.
Well,
So, Minecraft is not your place.
You know, it's a good story at the Christmas party.
Oh.
We've been thinking of doing a show on Whitset soon from Mount Rushmore. Yeah, we put our faces across Mount Rushmore and we actually have Whitset down doing his little preach like he did. Bit of a rumor on Whitset. I don't know. It's unconfirmed, but I love unconfirmed rumors because they're the best ones because you can make up all sorts of shit. Apparently, he challenged the way he was arrested at Mount Rushmore. He's trying to get it overturned, but the magistrate, being probably a Judge Judy, said, no, fuck off. But he's trying to do his bullshit. I know what I'm doing. And he truly is Dunning-Kruger. He thinks he's an expert. Him and Oakley are the true Dunning-Krugers, I think. They really are the pinnacle of Mount Stupid. But, of course, Mitchell from Australia, well, shining star,
he has talents. He has talents.
doesn't he? You do have to admire the dedication to being an idiot. I mean, that would be hard work if you're not an idiot. There are those it comes naturally to, though, I suppose.
So,
Yeah. Um,
Oh, loud.
we actually have a one of our users at work is actually one of those people where apparently a form of idiocy comes natural
Okay.
because uh, every week he calls with the same questions of how to share a PowerPoint presentation on Microsoft Teams, and at the same time show it on a big screen in his classroom. Every week we show him how it's done, and sometimes he even calls halfway throughout the morning to ask again. And the next week he's forgotten, and he just refuses to remember it. Now, either you should just go on pension if you keep forgetting things like that so easily, or you're
No,
just
no,
really
I don't
really
have
dumb.
to. Well, if you don't like it, I'll go to some other university then, Ardawen. That's bad luck. I thought you enjoyed me ringing you up
Please,
getting directed.
please go to another
Ah,
university. Like,
that's really. I'm quite hurt. I'm very hurt. In fact, not just quite very. I'm totally hurt by that. I thought you enjoyed it. Oh, so this is how it ends. I'm kind of let down.
in fact, last Friday I got a phone call from the service desk, and the guy that calls, he he tells me the room number. I'm like, oh god, it's this guy again.
You should by now implement the code. It's like
No, he
just
didn't know,
fine.
and I was like, yeah, fine. I'll send someone over to help, and my colleague heard that instead of saying, "Oh, I'll be," he noticed that instead of saying, I'll be right there," I said, "I'll send someone over," and he was like, "Oh, Ardawen, so who are you going to send over?" And I was like, "Listen, guy, dude, here's the deal." And he was like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll handle this." Okay, sure, go ahead, dude. I see you in half an hour. No, he said. I see you in 10 minutes. 45 minutes later, he comes back. He said, "Motherfucker, you were right."
Oh, and your laugh just gives it. I was like, oh. Believe me, it's at times I'm sometimes wondering my sanity. It's like, yeah. I mean, did our company actually got hacked? So somebody got into one of our logins and did hammock on our system, and nowadays, like, yeah, we have implemented password change every 3 months, 2 months. I don't know. It's just highly annoying. And now they're finally getting to it. It's like, yeah, we are actually implementing two-factor authentication. Like, wow, you do that now? Wow, it's just like, oh, damn it, guys, please.
Yeah, we have two at my work. We have had two-factor authentication for well a good couple of years now.
I mean, our school implemented that about 2 years ago, and I'm actually a bit annoyed about it. But I see the issue about it. Though the fun part is that it actually doesn't. You don't need to activate the two-factor authentication when you either connected via VPN. Well, then you already did the two-factor authentication, or connected to the network at location. Like, yeah, it's like
Do you know I reckon it's the self software because you can buy those special, what are they? All the wallets that have all your passwords for all your things in one neat little place. So it's a what do you call it? Planned obsolescence, or it's a enforced redundancy. You sell apps, makes money. I think it's a rather clever little business model.
the apps usually don't cost anything.
Well,
but
no,
DLC
you
does.
Can, you,
I
you
mean,
can make, what,
keep,
so
keep,
so
keep
you're saying
us-
you can't make no, but you do make money out of it. That's the way they create the ongoing market. Like what did Henry Ford say? I could give the cars away for nothing if I wanted to charge anything for the spares. So that sort of thing. It's a definite marketing thing.
Hey, I'll give you this car for free, but the keys are going to cost you $5,000,
Yeah, exactly.
and then the paperwork's another 10 after that.
I mean,
In fact,
my issue is more on the side of security.
In fact, on that note, what you just said there, Jim, with security and Daybreaker, I can actually marry those together. If you get a new car or motorcycle, they've got a little chip in the key, and you're given a red key and 2 black keys to use. The red key, we say, put this in your safe. If you lose this, you've got to buy a new lock set. It's chipped to all the other locks on the car or the motorcycle. So if you lose it, we can't actually make a new copy of it. You've got to have, there's a master key with the alarm code built into the key. So how's that for high security? That's big ass shit. Ooh, someone's betting big. Got a pair of 2s,
Already?
have you, Ardawen? He's got a pair of 2s,
Maybe.
and he's not afraid to use them. I'm worried. Yeah, so it costs you a whole lot. So if you've got a motorcycle, it's a seat lock, a steering, petrol cap, everything like that. You got to buy the whole thing. Okay. Going in hard there, Ardawen. What will you do with these chips you win? Will you feed the children at the orphanage a side dish of lettuce?
No.
Oh, that's the spirit. I love to hear that. The kids do too. Their opinion of you hasn't changed at all. They know what to expect. That's why they like you so much. In between coal mine shifts. Oh, g'day, Mibbit. How are you?
No, I was just having some fun.
Sorry, I got a continuity. Oh, my God. I had a pair of
Hardwood's
2s.
just trying to
Jim.
feed me some damn chips.
You just fucking got out on a pair of 4s. How the fuck?
Don't
I had
ask
a
me
pair of
how.
2s. I actually had a pair of 2s.
Oh, we were talking about jobs and such. I read it into secret of the trade here, but I already told told Flint and Boomer this before the show. But it was actually this bartender who worked at at a restaurant, who was getting annoyed by his boss always being late for job interviews, because his boss would insist that he write down if the applicants were on time or not. But she would show up like 30 minutes late, and they had a huge staff shortage. So so a lot of people who even entertained the boss and stayed for the interview usually didn't take the job, because who wants to work for a boss that can't even show up in time for a job interview, right? So he was getting annoyed. And the straw that broke the camel's back was that she was 30 minutes late for a job interview, and then she went on and talked to the chef first, and then talked to some customers first, and then check some stats, and then she went on to the interviewee, for who she was already 30 minutes late when she even came into the restaurant. So he devised a plan, and what he noticed, there were a lot of people who were no-shows in the first place, which is normal in this industry. Kind of like if you have already found like a better job at another restaurant, you would just not show up at the other interview and not even call. Sounds rude to me, but apparently standard practice. So what he do is he would tell his boss that those people actually did show up, But after 5 or 10 minutes of waiting, they left because they were like, "Listen, I got other things to do, but to wait until the one that's gonna conduct the interview with me finally arrives." And he already started to notice that his boss was getting a little bit nervous. And eventually there was one lady who actually did show up. And he told her after 5 minutes, like, "Listen, my boss just called me and she said that she will be here in like 20 minutes. So if you decide to leave, I wouldn't blame you." And she was like, "Oh yeah, but if I'm still in the, you can call me. She can call me, and if she's still in the area, maybe I'll show up, maybe I won't." So the boss showed up, and then of course,
Ooh, bastard.
called the
I had to have
applicant,
that other
and
king, didn't I?
the applicant showed up, and she was all giggly, and like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and always, traffic on Monday morning, and the girl said, "Yeah, I know. That's why I left early, so that I wouldn't be late." And she was kind of being sassy to her about her being late, and those two combinations of him making sure that she knew that applicants left, and that other applicant being sassy to her about being late, eventually coaxed his boss to being in time for interviews. And really weird. Magically, the worker shortage was solved rather quickly after that. Really weird that. It's almost like people appreciate the people that have to conduct the interview with you being on time. But yeah, I thought it was a funny story of how an employee kind of trained his boss in doing better.
We've had in smaller shops, you tend to get really eccentric bosses because they can get away with murder. And they're the ones that never follow procedures, it's just always messy. Ours used to chew the pens, and it was so yucky. You grab the pen, and there'd be all this yuck spittle on the end of it. So we used to put this stuff called Stop and Grow for fingernails. It takes shit out, and it's designed to make you not chew your fingernails. We used to coat the pens with it just to stop Chris from fucking chewing on the pens. God, it was off. It was a terrible habit, and it gave everyone in the shop the shits. But he didn't give a fuck because he was the boss. They can do that.
Yeah. Oh, the one thing, I absolutely agree. But what I understood from the article that I was reading, it was apparently, at least in that area, relatively standard practice to just not show up. That's what the article said, and you are willing to entertain that notion because I generally think that people are rude.
I actually think for a job interview, though, it's I prefer to get there nice and relaxed and 15 minutes early so you can sort of just deep breathe and go and relax. If someone turns up half hour late, you kind of lose your mindset a bit, don't you? I don't know. I wouldn't be actually high spirited in a job interview there. It would almost come across in body English too. So yeah, but then as Gordon Ramsay, who's made a whole life out of how bad restaurants are, a lot of people tend to have pubs and restaurants and B&Bs as a romantic thing, and they don't realise how much hard work it is. Faulty Towers is probably more accurate as to what owning a hotel's like than any of the other, what do you call them, sort of romantic TV shows. Owning a pub, oh man, you fucking see it all. You do see a lot. In fact, working in chefs, the ones in kitchens, the ones in it's either military or it's boring. That's what I find. There's no happy medium. You're either flat to the boards and tired as, or you're, oh God, I hope something happens so we can get home early.
Yeah, no, I'm happy that I don't work in that industry. I remember being a lot younger than I am now and saying that I was never gonna be a suit working in an office. But now that I work there and hear the stories about how it is to work anywhere else, I'm like, oh, thank God I work in an office. Not that
I
there
used to
isn't
love
any drama here, but
I used to love working in workshops, but it's who you work with. Yeah, and I reckon the small kitchen might be the same. If there's good personalities there and you enjoy each other's company, work can be actually really good fun. And then the day goes fast and you don't work a day. You sort of go, I used to do a lot of traffic control with different people and we used to just have a ball on the radios, just talking shit about stuff. And when you have bad people to work with, I suppose it makes you earn your money.
yeah.
We used to have this apprentice when I worked at the motorcycle shop. Our workshop had about probably 15 bikes in that had to be wheeled out every morning so we could use the workshop. It was storage overnight. This apprentice of ours, he was a real little turd. He used to turn up, and as soon as he got there late, he'd go straight to the dunny, so he didn't have to push any bikes, which just makes it harder for the rest of us. So one day I thought, right, fuck this little prick. I got some of those little stink bombs that you crush up and put spit on. They're off trees and they actually really stink. So I got those and took them into the dunny and put them underneath the seat and put just a little bit of battery acid on them. So when he crushed them, they would have really stunk up something chronic. Anyway, he came in and sat out to take his morning fucking constitutional and avoid pushing the motorcycles out. And the smell, it just really reeked out. I'd sort of I over egged the pudding. Anyway, while we were pushing bikes out, because we were pushing them past the dunny, I smelt the first one and I was like yelled out, holy shit, something's crawled up your ass and died. And then the next guys walked past with the bike, holy fuck, it must have been a dead cow. And like, we were just ragging on him all the way about how bad whatever this was stunk. And it was the stink bombs, it wasn't him. And anyway, then the helicopter went over and we were like, oh my God, they've even called in the fucking helicopters over this, man. It's a problem. Anyway, he stopped doing it because he thought he'd actually had a bad fucking bout of, I don't know, a fucking taco or something the night before. And he thought it was him smelling that bad in the dunny. And he'd never eaten a taco ever since. He told me years later that he'd never eaten Mexican food because of the day of the stink bombs. But actually started coming into work and pushing the bikes out with us because he realised, how bad it was to sit there with this smell because he wouldn't come out. Yeah, like he was stuck in there with this concentrated stink bomb smell. And these trees really do pong. They fucking smell shitty as.
Yeah.
Oh, is that your new quiet keyboard there, Flint?
No, sorry, that's me.
Oh, that's you. Oh, you're right. You've got the non-quiet keyboard. Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm actually gonna go out because sleeps and stuff. Yeah.
That's what we have amphetamines for. Don't you
Yeah.
just, I don't know, no-dos or something? I don't know. What do the kids take nowadays?
Well, you know,
Make coffee, but exchange the water for Red Bull.
oh no, 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 I don't do that. I don't. But well, I have for a job interview, I have a programming exercise, and I basically need to learn myself one of 4 languages, or at least try to do something like that. But seems fun. Seems fun.
I'm gonna wish you a lot of luck, and thank you for coming by.
Oh yeah, yeah, tired. Well, you guys, it's always a pleasure being here. You guys have fun, and see you around.
See you, Flint.
See
See
ya.
you, Flint.
I thought he was already
No,
asleep.
nice.
And that is the end of Flint. So we've got our Swiss. He didn't give us a Swiss weather or traffic report. I can probably guess it's cold, snowy, and cloudy, and what are there, 4 people, so there's probably no traffic. It's all right, Flint. We'll carry you. Should we look at starting to wrap up soon, Mr. Ardawen, or?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah. It's slowly getting time. Unless someone has one last fun story to tell. I guess it's about time to go to the shilling then.
Oh, okay. Well, what are we doing? Have I got a clue for you on April Fool's edition? Is that right? Pranking things to.
Yes, we do. I actually already looked around and I found some potentially fun products.
Right. So this is in the spirit of April Fool. This is stuff to prank people with, I'm guessing. Would that be right? Oh, we got a flush. You bastard.
Yeah.
Cool. And of course, we might even look into some pranks. Actually, we might dig a bit deeper into April Fool pranks that went drastically wrong, without dismembering, of course, because there's enough dismembering. Oh, so it's like that, is it? Yeah, we'll look into some April Fool pranks that were funny.
Oh yeah,
Or
that
things
sounds.
people have done to give other people. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Not a problem. Oh, got the straight. No, didn't. Was it?
No, I haven't drawn a straight in this game ever.
Oh, okay. So you're not straight. Okay.
Well, the intention was to
Like I
make
said,
this
I
the
haven't
final
pulled
hand,
a
so-
straight.
Yeah, they wouldn't be as straight if you were pulling them though. They'd be, yeah, so it wouldn't be. Okay, I won't go there. All right, so yeah, we're doing Have I Got a Wonderful Clue? Hang on, Have I Got a Clue for You? And that's April Fool edition. I think the Bunker 33 US crew is still doing JM Truth, I think, because he is the gift that keeps on giving. What about you, Jim? What wonderful things are coming up in your...
Just playing with the backside of all of the shill shows,
Uh-huh,
keeping the live chat interesting with stupid commands. Or
right.
shall I say stupid responses to good commands.
Uh-huh. Anyone been in particularly dazzling form of late? Been very amusing, or are they...
We've been beaten up on PJC Net.
Well, that he just goes in for it though. That's what he loves, the attention. Any attention.
Of course, that's what all flat earthers are in there for.
I do find him getting a bit boring of late though. He tries to say sensible things and it's just too out of character. You need him to say silly shit. It just doesn't work that way.
Well, you know, what are you gonna do? It's flurfs.
Yeah, they need someone to come along and inspire some leadership in the game. Someone like Mitchell from Australia, our local homegrown foolishness. I think he deserves it myself, but anyway. Okay, so what else is worth shilling there, Mr. Ardawen? You got anything? Oh, no.
No, I don't really have anything to shill.
Oh, okay. Pip's thrown up a couple of new books lately that were a good read too. She seems to be doing bookery again. And so, yeah, she's found a supply of books. That's always a bit of amusement if you need to have a bit of a chuckle. Because, yeah, she's still doing a pretty good job with those. I quite like Pip's books. She reminds me of an old librarian. What else? Oh, we've got... we've still got... No, not much happening down here in Australia. So, I don't know, man. Should we maybe look at wrapping it up soon?
Yeah, that sounds like a great plan. So yeah, Jin, thank you for coming. Chat, thank you for coming. And of course, Boomer, like always. Fuck you.
Well, I didn't have to get out of bed. I was already up for it. So there you go. It works well.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I might
And,
find some sleep.
I guess I see you later.
No worries.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Later,
Bye.
gents.